social media, a hacker's favorite target area for personal cyber attacks.
Yeah.
What kind of attacks do hackers use most often on social media? And what measures should we use to protect ourselves from these attacks?
Well, social media, the biggest target for social media are children and younger people. And I have 4 kids, and it's a horrifying thought. My 10-year-old has his own YouTube channel, and he's able to accumulate more viewers than I'm able to accumulate on my company. I mean, he accumulated in 2 weeks like 4,900 viewers, okay, for a 10-year-old kid who set up his own YouTube channel. And it's a whole different generational gap, because if you watch those clips, and I admire my son, I would never come to my mind to make such a clip or think that anybody's going to watch it. But they're basically recording their lives. They're recording what they're doing. They're recording where they're going.
It's a reality show? Or?
It's like a lot of little reality shows. and the other kids love it. And they get tons of views. But you don't know who's on the other line.
No.
I'm always horrified. I'm horrified of criminals. I'm horrified of pedophiles. I'm horrified of no shortage of people that present themselves who they are not. I'm horrified of all kind of freaks, excuse the language, that like to hook up with kids. And I, as deep as I am into this field, don't know how to protect my son from that. I have requested he shares the information with me, and that we try to stay on top of it. But you really have he has a phone, and he has a text, and he has a Facebook, and he knows how to use those tools probably better than I know. He really swims in every game and every minutia that can happen over there. And this is one of our biggest concerns. If you remember when Pokemon Go came out, there were several criminal incidents of criminals setting up locations, because you can set up your own location, luring people there and hurting kids. It's a scary thought. I mean, for me, social media, the biggest enemy and the biggest victims are always the kids. We've heard about sex scandals, we heard about little kids, girls, kidnapping, tons of things, and that is a scary, scary thought. And I know law enforcement are doing all kind of operations on periodic basis. We see this also on all kind of reality shows to prevent those things and ambush such people. Yeah. But man, we are so exposed. We give the kids these phones because everybody in the class get the phone. We give them these tools. There are parental tools that you can monitor. But those parental tools, how much can you monitor when your kid sits there for hours and works at the speed? You don't have the time to monitor everything. And when he says, oh, that's my friend, and you feel like saying, well, have you seen that friend? No, we hooked up over this. They not only hook up to social media, they hook up to game, to Pokemon, whatever, which now they play in groups, car racings that they do in groups. I go and see my other son plays car race, and he's competing with somebody in Saudi Arabia and in Hong Kong and in China and whatever. And these are all supposedly other kids. But I don't know if those are other kids, you know, and me personally, children and youth is the biggest scare about social media. You have dating. Dating is a big thing on social media. But they've gotten better. I think the dating sites now connect to your Facebook. They actually require you. And so the person can actually see a lot about your life and friends. So these are, by the way, great mechanisms that the dating sites have implemented. At the beginning, you just go, put your name and say whoever you are, put whatever picture. Now they require some confirmations. A Facebook site or something prior to that. You can't come out of the blue and go on the dating site. And I bless them for that. These are great things that they've been doing. On all the other stuff that we spoke before applies to social media, but with the difference that social media is really the entry to the youth, to the children, and anybody who has children should be afraid. I know that I'm afraid. I'm always worried. Yeah. I'm always worried. I always ask my son, what are you doing? Who are you talking to? Who are you communicating to? And sometimes the fear is he will not tell me because dad is not cool and dad doesn't understand his relationship with someone, and dad is square and dad doesn't get it, you know.
And that's amazing. You're like the most renowned cybersecurity expert.
But dad is not cool. Dad is never cool. And my dad wasn't cool. I don't know. When you were a little girl, we were playing with your friends. Your dad was cool. But we are not cool as parents, and we don't get it. And we're just hysterical and afraid. We don't get it. We don't get it until, God forbid, something happens. But this is kids. I think that's the biggest fear that we have today on cybersecurity. I mean, and I think I know effort has been put to stop it. I think much more effort should be put to stop it, and hopefully more and more mechanisms to protect will come out, but that is really one of the things that keeps me up at night is definitely that fear.